Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphaneme. Now, the other day, I released a video and I asked a question in that video about DBS Bank, right? Which is a commercial bank. It's a supervisory entity, but it's a commercial bank. Now, they're operating in Singapore, right? With the Monetary Authority of Singapore. I asked a question. I said, it's class time. I did a pop quiz. And I said, let's see if you know this, which of the bank coins are operating in conjunction with the Monetary Authority of Singapore? Did you know? Did you have it? Put it in the comment section right now. I just want to see if you guys know you're keeping up with things so you know where the money is coming from. Who's running these corridors? Now, I'll give you the answer. Both. Stellar, which was chosen by the Monetary Authority of Singapore in that contest where they were testing the bank coins for CBDCs. You can look that up. Stellar is definitely in good graces with the Monetary Authority of Singapore because it was one of the 15 finalists chosen by the Monetary Authority of Singapore as a CBDC infrastructure or CBDC bridge currency or, etc. And XRP is in Singapore as well. OK, Ripple is in Singapore as well. They have great relationships. I believe they have a corridor over there. You can look that up also. So XRP and XLM. Listen, you can't get around it. They are so closely tied together. And the regions and corridors that they're opening up are parallel. They're right there with each other almost everywhere, which is a great thing, because those liquidity tokens, listen, those regions are going to need it. They're definitely going to need it. There's a liquidity crisis that's definitely possible on the horizon for the world. OK, so these things are going to come in handy. But we have some articles here. I just wanted to go over that again, because I think some people might not have made the connection with DBS Bank and XLM XRP, because I have XLM XRP in the thumbnail. But then I don't talk. I reference them once in a while throughout that long video, but not often enough where like the newcomers would associate XLM XRP with the Monetary Authority of Singapore, although they should. All right. Actually, they're dealing with quite a few banks over there in systems and such. We have an article here on cryptopolitan.com. And we're going to scroll down just a little bit here, but let's just take a look at the title so you can go over there to cryptopolitan.com, give them some traffic. The article is titled Ripple Successfully Operational in 5 Jurisdictions Despite SEC's Impending Case. This is by Florence Mackay. Okay, go over to cryptopolitan.com as I stated and give them some traffic. Let's scroll back down to this little section here, right? And this section begins as such. XRP acknowledged in 5 jurisdictions, according to the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Despite Ripple's poor luck in the American market, actually sabotage, not luck, but to each his own. Despite Ripple's poor luck in the American market, other nations have recognized XRP as a currency because it is. It's decentralized. They're finding out now how decentralized these things are. As I said, there are entities building on certain bank coin blockchains right now, and they don't even need or want to work with the banks. They have the banks shaking in their boots right now, but we're gonna cover that in the future. Don't worry about it. We'll get to that. But because of its decentralized nature, yes, it's a currency. And actually, if XLM was recognized as a currency in New York by a New York financial body, a New York financial authority. OK, and if XLM is recognized within the United States in New York as a currency, how is it possible XRP is not? Now, don't get me wrong. XLM and XRP are not the same. OK, similar. Not the same, but they're so closely related that there's no way that one is recognized as a currency and the other is not. Listen, there's a reason for that. There's a lot of there could be a lot of interesting reasons for that, because of the legacy system lobbying, the need to hold back a technology that's going to literally swallow up your industry, that could take you over if it definitely if it wanted to. And I think David Schwartz told you all that recently. He had a video. There was a clip floating around. I think a lot of people saw that. And he was saying how the legacy system would act. Yeah, they pretend to love this. They pretend to like it, and they definitely respect it. They understand what it can do. But in that understanding comes a large amount of fear. People fear what they don't understand, hate what they can't conquer. Yeah, that's somebody out there was like, wait a minute. I heard that before. Nas, you hate me now. It came from an old song. Some of you guys, I'm showing my age now. But anyway, but it's true. They fear what they don't understand, right? Now they're coming into an understanding of it, but still that doesn't negate the fact that they once tried to hold it back the best that they could. They failed in that, of course, because Ripple is doing a great job right now. And if it has a victory against the SEC, if the SEC in any kind of way has to concede to Ripple, all of the bank coins have that victory. Mark my words. And there's going to be an explosion because the marketing that you're going to see, the marketing alone that's going to come out of the bank coins will cause those prices to go parabolic. Now, is that the generational wealth parabolic run? No. But people are going to take healthy profits. You better prepare, by the way. Better prepare, because when it goes up and you start seeing that price go up, expect it to soon go down because people are going to take profits. People, and I understand it completely. I do. Don't get me wrong. I'm here till the end. I want to see where this all goes. Okay, so I'm in for the long haul. That's just me. I'm not telling you to do that. I completely understand the people that are going to take profits. They've been holding for a long time. And I hope they enjoy those profits. Okay, so I completely understand it. But you guys are distracting me. These guys like to talk. What's going on? We can't just always have a conversation. Let's get back to the article. Do you mind? Got to be professional. Back to the article. XRP acknowledged in 5 jurisdictions. Okay. Despite Ripple's poor luck in the American market, other nations have recognized XRP as a currency. The company is doing well in the United Kingdom, Switzerland, Japan, the UAE, and Singapore. Big money is going to be coming out of the UAE, by the way. And they are moving at a rapid pace. Make sure you're getting your updates on the United Arab Emirates and their corridors over there and their CBDC situation, because I think that they could go first. I think that they could explode first because they're taking everything very seriously, and there's big money behind the development in that region, okay? Brad states that, quote, if we want the U.S. to be a leader in this new growing, critical, innovative industry, as the internet 20 years ago, we need that regulatory clarity. Once again, Brad's applying pressure as he should. This is one thing I respect about Brad Garlinghouse, Danelle Dixon. They are on it. Stacey Wharton, they are constantly attacking. They're constantly applying pressure. They're always in their face. And you know what? That's how you close a deal. That's how you educate regulatory bodies, governmental entities. You have to stay on them. I'm telling you, because their minds, and I mean this in no disrespect whatsoever, but just understanding how these things work and working with certain industries over the duration of my lifetime, I understand how frustrating it can be and how they have a 5-second memory. If you are not on them, if you are not in their face, they will forget about you. They will forget what you said. They will negate it. Maybe if they don't forget, they will say, they won't take you serious. They'll say, well, you didn't put in the work. Even though you put in so much work, it doesn't matter. The time that you miss out being in front of them, they will take that as a sign of weakness that you're not serious. And they will use that as leverage against you. So Brad Garlinghouse, Danelle Dixon, Stacey Wharton, they're staying on it, making sure that their products are innovative, that they are second to none. That's going to cause that price to raise. And they're constantly putting out, they have their teams putting out data, reaching out not only to the communities, but to the regulators, constantly in meetings. I like this. This is one of the reasons why I believe that XRP, which is being utilized by Ripple, is going to explode. It's going to have a couple of parabolic runs, in my humble opinion. There's no guarantees here. No guarantees, all right? But going by all the data, this is just my humble opinion. And you've been reading the PDFs yourself. You see what's going on. You see how many corridors they have open here. You see how many regions they're in. And here you have it. The company is doing well in United Kingdom, Switzerland, Japan, the UAE, and Singapore. And that's not all. This is just what they want to mention. They didn't even put Palau on here, right? Because Ripple is literally doing the CBDC infrastructure in Palau, correct me if I'm wrong. And on top of that, they have their digital wallets. You don't understand how huge that is, that they're already producing digital wallets. Now, I don't know if they're up and running just yet, but they put the intent out there, which means that has been in development for a while. Which means what? It means, look, just like Stellar announced recently, and Algorand had, they have a company rolling payroll out on Algorand. That was announced like a month or two ago. You have Ripple. With those digital wallets, payroll will be moving across the XRPL. What does it do to that price? You have that high volume, people's paychecks coming across there. If they're going to actually commit to that and do that, what does it do to that XRP price? I'm telling you right now, Do you believe that XRP price is going to stay at 84 cents? You believe that? You're going to stand here and look into my eyes and tell me you believe it's going to stay at 84 cents? I have to disagree. I respectfully have to disagree. Or just, what is it, 80 cents, 84 or something like that? I don't know. Not concerned with those prices whatsoever at all. But I took a glance at the charts sometime today. Let's continue on here. It says, and the SEC is really just coming out and saying we are going to file lawsuits, enforcement. We're not going to provide clear rules so that people know how to operate as other countries have done. Keep in mind also, everyone, now, this was 2 days ago. They said that they're going to be trying to come out with some sort of regulatory clarity in Australia. Now, I don't know if they held firm to that. I haven't gotten an update yet. Maybe some of you can get an update on that. I don't know what's going on. As of right now, I have to do my research. I've been researching other things. I have a members only video I need to put together. I'm trying to get a couple more pieces, give them a good video in the members only section. But once I'm done with that, I'm going to get right on top of that Australia news. I need to understand what part of the process they're in. What does this mean for crypto? Which way are they leaning as far as regulatory clarity? But anyway, there was a few articles out about that going on in Australia. So we need to start getting an update on that. All right. If Australia comes out with regulatory clarity and you start to see that price move a little bit, if it's positive, by the way, if it's positive, I expect, no guarantees, but I expect other regions to follow suit. FOMO, just the FOMO alone, once those prices start moving, you're going to see a little bit of we could see a little bit of an uptick because that is a major catalyst. But we have to wait and see, keep ourselves updated, adjust our calculations. We might need to understand if we have corridors in Australia with any of the bank coins. Then if we do, how much money is moving through those corridors. So maybe that's something we'll take a look at very soon. OK, but let's continue on here. Ripple teamed up with UK regulators to create its cross-border payment capabilities. The Santander, United Kingdom, a part of the European banking giant, ranked as the Eurozone's most prominent by market value, became the continent's first bank to utilize distributed financial technology. The institution offers international money transfers through its mobile app, which Ripple powers. Santander's implementation demonstrated its dedication to Ripple's financial technology. Santander also predicted that the company could save the bank industry $20 billion per year in costs associated with the international money transfers. No, they can save much more. I understand that they're putting out something that's digestible. Like remember, the legacy system, the intermediaries, a lot of them are going to be cut out. So you have to be very light with them because there could be huge backlash. You don't want to frighten them too much. They still have enough money and power to really do some damage if they really wanted to. OK, so you put out a number like this, 20 billion. Trust me, it's much, much higher what they will be saving. We all seen the numbers. We all know the data. We know how much is moving across as far as P2P cross-border remittances. We know the amounts of how much is expected that they can access with B2B cross-border remittances. And then we have a good idea of how much could possibly be saved. And also keep in mind that over the coming years, that number is only going to increase as efficiency increases, the easeability of use of the systems increases. The protocols are going to advance. Of course, the finality times, things like that are going to increase. The speed is going to increase. Scalability, some of them are already great with scalability. Algorand is amazing when it comes to scalability. So is Hedera. But scalability is everything's going to advance is what I'm saying. And as everything advances, you're going to be able to save more money. Not only that, never count out how much money is going to, capital is going to expand that's being injected into the system. Once you're saving that much money and you have money to play with, then how do you allocate that? All right. You can use that money to make more money. So not only that, but if you're saving that much money and costs are that low, it incentivizes you to use the system more. So we're talking about possibly, theoretically speaking, possibly a higher volume than what the legacy system offerings experience, because number one, they have a lot of their systems have pre-funding of accounts. So nobody wants to lock their money up. OK, so that's number one. So that's going to slow down volume. That's going to cut volume exponentially. Then on top of that, how long it takes, and high intermediary fees, how long it takes for money to go from one place to another, very, very high intermediary fees. Sorry about that, I almost choked on my saliva. Very, very high intermediary fees are going to cut volume also. None of that is holding back these institutions that are going to be using the bank coins. None of that stands in their way. So what we're looking at actually is like the releasing of a dam, water that has been held back by a massive dam. Or let's say in that water, obviously I'm using that as representative of capital. A massive amount of capital has been held back behind this dam that is the legacy system, and now is going to be removed. That volume is going to be higher, and that's exactly what we need. We want volume across these blockchains. That's number one. And with that volume, obviously, we have interbank payments, you have B2B cross-border remittances going across the blockchains, the bank coins. You have real estate value moving across the blockchains. That's high value. That's a lot of high value. So you have high value plus high volume. What does it do to that price? Raise? Do we think that price might raise a little bit? I think that's logical. Now, like I said, look, there's a lot of unknown variables. A lot of unknown variables. So yeah, something could come out of seemingly nowhere. I mean, maybe there's something that we're not calculating or seeing or perceiving. So yeah, maybe there's something beyond our perception that might come out of nowhere and throw things off the rails. But that's something we couldn't calculate anyway. Hence why everything is risky. Everything in the world is risky. Wake up in the morning is risky, right? Fall off your bed, hit your head, wake up somewhere else. Alvin, are you talking about death? I'm just saying life is risky itself, is what I'm saying, right? But you get what I'm trying to convey. But when you look at everything, theoretically speaking, everything's heading in a great direction. Let's continue on here. So $20 billion a year in costs associated with international money transfers, like I said, is going to be much higher than that in my humble opinion. The collaboration also benefits regulatory compliance and offers consumers new, more enticing value propositions worldwide. Ripple debuted in Singapore in early 2017. I told you they've been there. They've been there. Like how many people out there? I don't know. I do things a little bit differently. I like to take notes on a notepad. Okay, I do save a lot of different files on my computers. So all the PDFs that I can save, I save. But also, a thing that I suggested last year was for anybody who's a serious researcher. If you have like a little map, maybe you print it out like a map that's like black and white, and you can start plotting the corridors on that map. So we can have a chart of where all those corridors are for all the banking coins, not just XLM, XRP, but a map where it has all of the different corridors on there. So now we can just take a look at that as researchers, and we can see where those corridors are, and we can start plotting points. Maybe you have a little bullet points underneath with how much money could possibly be flowing through those corridors. I think that's something good. And this is something that I do. So, you know, you don't have to do it, but I think that's pretty good. If you want to know how much money is going to be flowing through these particular coins that you are holding, this technology that you're holding, and then that's going to help you get an idea on where that price can go. Not only that, this is another thing that I suggested last year. I suggested quite often was, and none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't want to be. I'm just sharing things that I do. And as a researcher, that's what we are here. As a researcher, I think that this is something that's wise to do. So you can have the information for yourself. You don't have to rely on what someone else says. You can make your own calculations. But I think it's important to understand and know which populations around the world are going to be how they phrase it, migratory. So we know that population is moving from there to here because there's more jobs here. The jobs are no longer there. So even though the corridor is going to begin here, the money could shift over there. And then on top of that, we need to understand which bank coin is running that corridor, because we have some, let's say for instance, you have XLM in Europe, right? So population might move from one region of one sector of Europe to another, or one place in Europe rather, not sector, sorry about that. One place in Europe to another, but XLM may not run that corridor. XRP may be dominating there. Keep in mind, also Algorand is in Europe. They had their Algorand accelerator. So, I mean, as much information as we can collect, that's good information. It's not about all information, but collecting the right information will help us to make our own calculations, understand where we believe that price can go. Then we can start anticipating when do we want to sell, or maybe we sell a percentage at this level. If it reaches there, okay, then we hold this much. Maybe at this next level, we sell this much. Okay, we're anticipating, we have a number, a rational number of where we think that price can go. there's so many things we can do. Like, you don't have to do that, but I think that's what I do. That's why I want to know about that money. Listen, when it comes to money, I take money very seriously. You understand? So I like to do all of these different calculations, these types of things, okay? But I think it's important for each person to do it for themselves. Be very careful out there. Be careful out there. Some people lead you off a cliff. Be careful. I believe it's best for each person to lead themselves. Lead themselves. Sure, you can get information from different sources. Heck, I come here and I present to you information. It's up to you whether you take it or not. But in the end, your decision should be the final one. Your decision, right? Let's go here. So we have another article. This one is on u.today. This is from, I actually had this tab open for a day or two now, and I meant to get to this the other day, but here we go. Once again, whale alert. Crypto tracking bot has detected that in the past 18 hours, Ripple DLT heavyweight, several anonymous wallets, and large cryptocurrency exchanges have together moved more than 156.3 million XRP. Have you seen a trend lately that there's a massive amounts of XRP moving here and there? And I said this before. What do they know? What are they getting prepared for? Think about that for a moment. This is why I said, just personally, and I say that because I'm not trying to project this onto people out there. Everyone has a different situation. I'm trying to over prepare. Okay, so every a chance that I can acquire more bank coins, Algorand, Cello, HBAR, XRP, XLM, I'm scooping up. No matter how much it is, I'm scooping some up every chance I can to over prepare. Just, I don't believe personally, I could never have too much. That's just how I feel. I'm not asking you to feel the same, okay? 156.3 million XRP transferred by Ripple and exchanges. It says in particular, oh, here we go. Okay, a little bit more information. Ripple Giant has sent 20 million XRP to the coins.ph exchange, headquartered in the Philippines. Remember they had that Philippines corridor. XLM is over there as well. Are the Philippines getting ready to, well, let me continue to read. Headquartered in the Philippines and operating as one of Ripple's on-demand liquidity corridors. Among the other platforms, it looks like they're ready for takeoff. I'm going to scoop up a little bit more XRP, if you don't mind. I'm going to do that, okay? Like, it looks like they're ready for liftoff. There's been a lot of activity moving massive amounts of XRP lately. Now we have confirmed that this has been moved to coins.ph here. This particular one in the Philippines, we know they have an active corridor there, and it's operating as one of Ripple's on-demand liquidity corridors. So very interesting. These are interesting times that we are living in, everyone. So let's continue on here. We have another article here. It's on cryptoticker.io. Head over there and give them some traffic. Let's scroll up. Let's get the header on this article. The article is titled Ripple SEC Update 2022 updates on all the ongoing legal case. Okay, that was phrased a little bit strange. Maybe I just read it weird. I don't know. That didn't sound right when I read it. So let's scroll down here, and it says, how has the lawsuit gone so far? Which actually, in my opinion, they're missing some very important events that recently happened. But let's just read this little tidbit here. It says the SEC filed the lawsuit on December 22nd, 2020. The price of the XRP then collapsed massively. This is good because we have a lot of newcomers to the cryptosphere, not just to the channel. But I have them actually telling me in the comment section that they're brand new to crypto. So this is all good information, okay? So I know there's a lot of you veterans out there. You've been here for a while. You know all of this. This is for those who are new. We don't have to, but it would behoove us to help them out with some information and get more abreast of the situation and become privy to what's going on with this SEC and XRP case, okay? The SEC filed a lawsuit December 22nd, 2020. The price of XRP then collapsed massively. The price fell as low as 25 cents. The value then halved within a day. In 2021, the tough legal battle had an extremely negative impact on the XRP price. While many cryptocurrencies rose massively in the first quarter of 2021, the rise in XRP was very limited. We summarized some of the milestones below. So 01/07/2021, after many exchanges removed XRP, Grayscale removed Ripple from the important Grayscale Digital Large Cup Fund. It is a travesty how many things Ripple and XRP were removed from. It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion. And I saw an article recently where people were comparing, they were drawing a comparison and showing the hypocrisy in how Coinbase has been treated, right? Because I believe the SEC had brought a lawsuit against Coinbase. I'm not sure what happened with all of that or what came from that. But how Coinbase was treated as opposed to how Ripple has been treated. Then on top of that, drawing, exposing the hypocrisy on how Ether was treated with their initial coin offerings and such like that, as opposed to Ripple. I mean, there's so much about this case that is strange, but it's a travesty no matter what. 04/06/2021, Ripple achieved a staged victory in which they forced the release of documents in which the SEC evaluated Bitcoin and Ethereum. If there are hardly any differences to XRP in these documents, this is an excellent point of defense for Ripple. 09/02/2021. A leaked email traffic from the SEC revealed that the authority had neither the XRP nor the Bitcoin and Ethereum on a list of prohibited holdings. Ooh, that's very interesting. October 2021. In the month of October, more and more information came out that a comparison between Ripple and the SEC was in the offing, okay? So, I mean, this is a very good article. Like I said, make sure you head over to cryptoticker.io. Check out this article here. It's very good. So, as of now, everything's looking great as far as what I can see from the banking coins. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and hopefully that opinion is based on research and such. From what I can see, everything looks good, is building up, is actually moving much more rapidly than I anticipated, to be quite honest. Like I said, I fully believe that, yeah, it would be 3 to 5 years for all the infrastructures to be set up, but it seems like they're pushing the pace a little bit. Maybe there's something I don't know, and maybe infrastructures are being developed at a faster pace, and that would make sense because the engineers have been pushing, the designers have been pushing, everyone's been innovating, great leaders have been making the ship move forward a little bit faster than what I would have anticipated. So that could make perfect sense of why everything's moving at a rapid pace right now. But 3 to 5 years, I agree with the Bank of International Settlements, in my humble opinion, 3 to 5 years. Ripple in a recent document said 4 years for everything to be up and running. CBDC infrastructures, digital wallets, all of that stuff that comes along with CBDC infrastructures. So they said 4 years. So, but I'm going to go with the Bank of International Settlements, 3 to 5 years, in my humble opinion. But right now, things are moving very fast. And don't get me wrong, you don't need everything to be fully set up for there to be a few parabolic runs. You really don't. Different sectors are going to, not sectors, how can I put it? Different large business institutions and commercial banks are going to start utilizing these coins, these particular technologies at different times. And that's why I always say I see it happening in different steps, okay? These parabolic runs, not all at once. Yes, there will be a big one, I believe. No guarantees, but I believe that's when all of the banks, the central banks, and their supervised entities that actually listen to them and are not rogue, when they all decide to use on-demand liquidity en masse, that's that flip of the switch moment that I believe everyone is anticipating. But still, you're going to have large business institutions that definitely, I believe, because of how many trillions of dollars are in that particular B2B cross-border remittance market, B2B cross-border remittance sector, that definitely is going to make a parabolic run. Various commercial banks that are very impatient, I believe that they can roll some stuff out before they get the nod of approval and the go-ahead from the supervisory entities. That could definitely spark a parabolic run. Advertising to the lay person, the retail investor. Yeah, I think that's going to be a little parabolic run. That's nothing I'm excited about though. But yeah, there's going to be a pop in the price just because of that mass marketing and things like that. So I expect that price to definitely raise off of there. So everything is looking really good as far as I'm concerned. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time. Oh, by the way, thank you to everybody who has been, getting in here early, typing in first. I've been trying to pin your comment. If you came in first, I'm looking at times, and don't let those bots. I've been removing so many bots. Oh man. But don't let those bots fool you, because sometimes they get in first and then somebody's like, oh man, I'm not first. No, you are first. That was a bot. That's why I had to remove that bot. And you give you your proper respect. So I've been trying to pin people's comments when they come in first. If I can see all the people that come in first, there's so many people that come in the comment section. Pinning your comments, giving you trophies, man. And I think what I might start doing in the future might just give people shout out, you know, and whoever comes in first, you know, we'll see. I have so much that I'm trying to do here. But there is a champion amongst you. There's a champion that been first for a lot, has received a lot of trophies in that comment section. And I believe that champion's name is Infinity. Is it Infinity Warrior? I think it's Infinity Warrior. Woo! Infinity Warrior has a lot of trophies, but don't worry. We have a lot of trophies to give out. Thank you to everyone out there. Appreciate you being here, listening to me, spending this time with me, man. It definitely makes my day better. I hope it makes your day good as well. I say that in all humility. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.